Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Queensbridge the Conqueror. So, we're still in some fortress. I don't know. Over here? Fort Muck, that's right. I did some shopping. Well, basically, I just changed my potions over, as I said. Gave the healer 2 energy potions. Because, once again, one of these is worth 2 points of energy, so 2 heals, each of which is better than 1 healing potion. I still left my mage with 1 healing potion just so he can heal independently. And he also doesn't really run out of mana as much. Well, I suppose it really always depends on how much I use the mana. But we'll see how this works out for now. I gave 1 of her potions over to the healer because, you know, ideally she shouldn't need that many. And I left the tank with 3 of these. None of those other utility potions seem really worth it to me. I don't know. I feel kind of bad about not using them, but then again, I don't know. Healing is so much more valuable than a one-time use temporary buff. I guess it's still better to use a potion that will get refilled than use one of these scrolls, for example. But yeah, I don't know. And then I just switched over the magical runes for the ones that are a little bit better. So that's what I did. And yeah, what I'm going to do now is I am going to return to Madraka. I'm going to first leave. Then I'm going to fast travel back to Madraka, 13 hours. We'll see if this made enough time pass that the council is now going to see me. Yes, yes. And if that is not the case, then I have something else in mind that I might do. But we'll see. We'll see if we need that plan B. Hey, can I see the council? No point in seeing it. Really? Still not ready. Is that right? Can you please? Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna reload. Already did. I'm gonna take a look over at the Ariel because I want to see if I can maybe capture an area that will give me more Quicksilver, because right now we are spending more than we are earning in terms of Quicksilver. Not that it matters too much. We have a buffer of, I think, 7 extra. But, you know, if we need to pass some time anyway, we might as well use it efficiently. So let's see here. Nope. Let's see what we have to do here. Obviously, I don't think we've ever actually visited Sliven, have we? Go there and speak with the leaders, any leaders you can find. Report your findings to General Toro. I don't think we've done that. And then, of course... Oh, this is in Fort Muck. Fort Muck. Fort West Bay. Wait, what? Oh, that's still from the wall, of course. I thought so. Okay, I guess this quest is just gonna fail eventually, or maybe just stay there unfinished because I'm not gonna talk to the leaders in Thavlin. Or, I mean, technically I've talked to them, right? Maybe I just need to return to Gervin and finish that quest. Anyway, Ariel Thicket. Right. Second fort is Fort Mist. I don't think I'm gonna make it that far into Ariel lands yet. Deepwood Keep. Thought maybe one of the quests I already had might be something I can take care of now, but Pickett's Break to the northeast. You know what? Let's just talk to the people here. Yeah, obviously never been here, and maybe I'll get a quest for something nearby. That seems like something I could quickly do. You enter the Ariel city of Sliven. You're struck by how the city is split into 2 halves, separated by a canal. The south half is crowded, muddy, and poor. The north half is spacious and lovely, a garden with a handful of beautiful wooden halls. The people in the south half of town look like, well, people. Not the whimsical inhabitants of an enchanted forest, but simple farmers, merchants, and so on. When you get close to them, they find a reason to be somewhere else, as so many people do. They know who you are, somehow, and they keep their distance. Alright. Saloon guards. Hello? Did I accidentally click on you? One of the townsfolk bumps into you. He apologizes and passes by. Then you feel something in your hand. The man pressed something into your palm. You look at it. It's a note. It simply says, you should talk to Istara. Okay. Thanks, man. If Istara is in this town, I was going to talk to her anyway. Or him? Her, probably. Stop here. Okay. Suddenly enemies in a town. That's unusual. But we can manage. Oh, of course, he wasn't in line of sight. Oh well. Not a huge deal. Obviously, since we're in a town here, we don't need to save any resources anyway. And also, these enemies don't seem particularly tough. Whenever I say that, or something along those lines, I always end up... I always start suddenly taking significant damage. Wait. There. Shock spell. Just whirlwind. These should die very, very quickly here. What? Oh, I did not realize that she was gonna get stuffed. Oh well. Stupid beginner mistake. Oh, did I actually hit him? Oh well. You know, it's this is going great. No problem. Thankfully, absolutely nothing is at stake here. Okay, whatever. And we did that for absolutely nothing. Unless maybe there's a quest asking us to deal with the pests. Not from this person here. Hello. Nope. I mean, did he know that he had 4 gigantic spiders in his basement? Wasn't he bothered by that? I know I would be. Oh well. Mining office, okay. You're not Istara, but you might be important as well. This is a workshop and office full of scales, stone samples, and tools. The Ariel do not do a lot of mining, mainly for quicksilver, the heart of their potion craft. An aging, pale man approaches to shake your hand. You're the Haven envoy, yes? I'm Kimmel, master of mines for Sliven. Please let me assist you. Though he has no doubt worked with quicksilver, his skin is entirely free of green tint. You are in charge of the mines of the forest? In a way, I handle claims, examine ore. I advise the younger miners and tell the older ones how to tend to their aching joints. It is brutal work, digging out the precious cinnabar. Even more so with all our recent troubles. Yet, we are the ones who take the foul elixir that makes the Ariel... We are the ones who make the foul elixir that makes the Ariel who we are. Well... Okay. What exactly is cinnabar? A crumbling reddish rock. Doesn't look like much at first. Heated though, and the precious quicksilver oozes out. Under our woods, the earth is rich in it. More than anywhere else in all the known lands. How do you make the Ariel the Ariel? Quicksilver is the heart of potions. A tiny bit makes a healing potion heal. Add more and you get elixir. The brew and poison for the blessed who lead us. You have any troubles? You have many troubles? He takes you to a desk. A map of the Ariel Woods is unrolled on its surface, and many areas are marked with red circles. Since Haven left and our councils took over again, the Blessed have neglected us. Problems appear and nobody solves them. I can't do it. I'm an old man. Tell me about the Blessed. They are the ones who rule us, but don't help us. I can't say more than that. There are risks. I mean, it seems already... I don't know... You pretty much openly defy them as it is. What more could you say that would actually anger them? Anyway, I was kind of hoping that he would tell us about any specific problems, you know, aka quests, but I guess not. Oh, wait. I didn't realize that was different. So maybe I could help with your problems, right? I was told that you were coming here and that I should try to enlist your help. We Trench Town folk need allies, and we can pay for your help. For example, you can reclaim the lost mines of Bramblespire. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. There to the north, next to the bramble barrier. There is an infestation of spiders. The council won't give us help, but you could. Who told you that I might offer help? I would rather not say. I don't want to cause trouble. Okay, what is Bramblespire? It is an old cinnabar mine, one of the finest ones. In its declining years, still productive when we controlled it. Alas, it is by the bramble wall, and the stray magic oozing from that place can cause problems. For example, in this case, an invasion of giant spiders. What is my reward for your help? The pits of Bramblespire are almost played out, but a generous share of the quicksilver we get from there can go to Haven's forts. Right, that's what I thought. Okay. You don't approve of Elixir, right. No, I'm doing a terrible job today reading what's actually on the screen here. He shakes his head. Elixir is... nobody is sure what all it does. It's a solution of many herbs with quicksilver, lots of quicksilver, and our leaders drink it. The Blessed don't listen to mere miners, so they won't learn what we learn. What do you learn? Miners who work with cinnabar go mad eventually. Those who cook it to extract the quicksilver go mad faster. There's no mistaking the effect, nor the source. Poor Istara is our leader. She drinks the stuff knowing what we do. She cares knowing what we do. She cares about our trench town enough to take in that poison so we can have a voice. I see. But I mean, it's also an open secret that the leaders, the elixir drinkers, are equally as crazy, right, as the miners you described. So, I mean, obviously that's kind of the first thing that we heard about the Ariel, so it's really no surprise for anyone, right? Anyway, I guess it's more that the leaders, the Blessed, won't acknowledge that fact, even though even they must be aware on some level, maybe at least the ones that are still, I guess, loosened enough. Anyway, right, poor Istara. Now, what happens to the miners eventually? The mad ones, the younger miners, look after them, give them simple work, keep them fed, and when they get old, they are looked after in turn. We look after our own. Do the Blessed know that the elixir might drive them mad? He laughs. It is amusing. Once they denied Quicksilver had any effect. Then the truth could no longer be denied. Now they say the madness of the elixir is not madness, but wisdom. They think it only makes them more worthy to lead us. Right. That is a hard thing. Is that specifically in response to what he just said? I think that's more, seems to be more in response to the miners going mad. Thank you, Prince. Most of your rank don't bother with us. When Queen Sharon came here, when I was young, she never talked to a miner. Anything else you would know? Well, I mean, I think we've talked about everything. I got what I wanted. That being said, let's quickly heal, just in case. I mean, we're still in decent shape, I suppose. We could tackle the dungeon as is without healing first. It's a bit of a risk, but still in fine cloth. Okay. Oh. No actual shopkeeper to talk to. Oh, this is a star space. There she is. Wow. Pretty. A little bit green, but still pretty. Istara motions for you to sit with her at the table. She pours some tea for you. Hopefully without any quicksilver. Although I guess if all of our potions are containing quicksilver anyway, we must be drinking that stuff. Well, anyway, just not in very large doses. Anyway, oh, please rest, Prince of Haven. I don't have anything worthy of your status, I'm afraid, except information. This trench town has given me its trust. You still aren't sure why she is here. She's the only person with the green skin of the Blessed who you have seen in the trench town, on the trench town side. So you knew I was coming? Of course. Our leaders were too confused to send a proper greeting, I'm sure. We small folk saw your arrival and passed the news around quickly. They neglect us, so we have to look out for ourselves. Yeah, it really makes you wonder why they are even still considered to be the rulers if they're not actually ruling. Weird. As she talks, she shoots constant nervous looks at the door, as if she's afraid guards may come in at any moment. Tell me about this neglect. The Blessed always had contempt for the townfolk. They are rich and we are poor. Reason enough, by their thinking. Then there's the elixir. It confuses more and more every year, it seems. Okay, you are nervous. Yes, the Blessed are confused, but they do want to hold on to power. I can't talk to you too openly. They might tend to me, make me disappear, even if I am blessed. You lead this trench town? I am not an official, even though I am blessed. I am only a person the people here trust. I've spent my life here in Sliven. They know me. They know my heart. They know that they are treated poorly, and they know that I want to change things. Why is your skin green? Really, do we need to ask that? The elixir. It is expensive, bitter stuff. Every coin I have ever earned goes to buy it. Other small folk donate coins to help me buy it. I drink it to be blessed. It is the only way the other blessed will take me seriously and listen to my complaints. What do you want from me? We know of Haven, your reputation. We know why you are here. The Ariel were your vessels once. You want us to be so again. Let us be frank. We do not love Haven, not like the greedy Vol Masters do. However, things in the Ariel Woods have grown intolerable of late. If you can prove that you are preferable to our current masters, we might be of use to each other. We should talk. Well, I mean, that makes sense in a way. I wish they weren't quite as, or she weren't quite as hostile, but I can understand why she is. Well, I mean, not hostile, but openly, you know, not a friend of Haven, just picking the smaller of two evils, basically, the lesser of two evils. I wonder, though, if siding with the Mad Blessed in this case is even an option. I suppose it must be. It probably is. Still, I mean, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense. Well, I don't know. Some of them might not be so mad as to be unable to, you know, try and I don't know, strategize and use us for their own ends. Try to either preserve their position of power or maybe even expand it. I don't know. Obviously, you know me. I'm gonna obviously help the poor people. Even though the thought of siding with the Mad Blessed is intriguing, but not for my first playthrough, that's for sure. Anyway, where were we? We should talk, yes. Sure, I'd like to know about you. Of course, I offered to work with you. Out of nowhere. I need to win your trust. But then, you have to win ours too. I have sacrificed much, and I will sacrifice more. It takes bravery to talk to you. We of the Trench Towns have suffered greatly since Haven left. Why do you have to be brave? Why do you have to be brave to talk to me? She already told us. The councils who rule us are not so confused that they are utterly foolish. They will not tolerate the Trench Towns trying to deal with Haven. We must be very careful. Still, I am willing to take the risk. How have the Trench Towns suffered? The High Council see ordinary Ariel as sheep to be shorn. Sheep! Sheep! She hammers the table with her fist. They claim leadership and power over us, and they do nothing to earn it. They neglect us, lost in elixir dreams. What sacrifice have you made? She holds out a trembling hand, displaying its pale green shade. The elixir. I spent much to get it. Mostly my money. Some given by my fellows. I drank it and let it change me. To become blessed. Oh, yes. Wow, this is... I mean... I don't know. I guess in a way it's nice that the game gives multiple redundant lines of dialogue that all give me the same information in the end, but I'm just thinking of the Avernum games. Yes, they are different games. It's a different series, a little bit of a different philosophy in mind behind it, but still similar enough to allow drawing conclusions, or not conclusions, drawing comparisons. And nowhere in that series, in that entire series, or the Avedon series for that matter, has dialogue been this redundant. This just every single NPC telling me the same thing at least twice. In this case, I feel like she's basically told me the same things 3 times over at this point. And still, I feel like I need to exhaust all the dialogue options just in case, or not just in case, because it's not just the redundancy, but many times, or usually, you actually do have to follow one particular thread of dialogue to unlock more options and even unlock ones that are necessary to progress or necessary to unlock certain things, and to unlock quests, for example. So, I don't know, it just feels so weird that I need to go through these things, ask things that the same NPC has told me about, not just another NPC that I might not have talked to before. You know, it's really strange. I don't know. Whatever. Why do you need to drink the elixir? Our councils are formed of the blessed claim all the power. I let the elixir change me so that they might listen to our pleas. She suddenly grows furious. She slaps the side of her head. Hard. Okay. Foolish me. How have the other blessed treated you? The Council of Sliven has 3 members. Yair the dancer cares enough to be in the city. The others stay in their mansions, dealing with their own mad business. Yair will let me into her hall. She has to. She listens to the problems of the Ariel. Then she ignores them or mocks them. Okay, great. How has the elixir affected you? I will live longer, I think. I have mad dreams. Some days it is hard to control my thoughts. When I feel madness coming, I can control it, but the effort makes my body shake. Telling you this shames me. Sometimes I'm not proud of the Ariel. Yeah, well. So, I'd like you to tell me about the Ariel, then. Good. The last time Haven came to our forest, it was your Queen Sharon who visited. She only talked to the blessed, the leaders. Your kind was never interested in how we normal Ariel struggle. What is your struggle? The blessed, the elixir drinkers, rule over us. Only they can sit on our councils. On the councils? Okay. Only they choose who are on the councils. We of the trench towns are left in neglect. What are the blessed doing wrong? She is silent for a while, as if she forgets you are here. Then she snaps back to attention. What? Oh, they just don't care about us. Part of that is the arrogance of the rich. Part of that is that elixir warps the mind. The result is that our proud nation slowly rots away, and they don't care. What do the trench towns think of the blessed? We used to admire them, then dislike them. Now we are angry. Yet they have the wealth and the power and the warriors and the mages. If we challenge them, they hurt us. It is a great risk talking to you like this, Prince. I need to take the risk. What should be done about it? I am not sure yet. I don't want to ruin our forest. I only want justice. I want things to be properly run. Your eyes are not cruel. Perhaps we can develop a solution together. Perhaps. I'm sure we can work something out. Why did you want so much to talk to me? She thinks carefully about how to proceed. She is confused for a moment. Then she comes to a decision. Actually, I should not describe things to you. I should let you see for yourself. There is a council member in town, Yair, the dancer. I know she will want to meet you. You should go and see her. I think it will be instructive. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. Okay, I will do that then. That's all I need. I mean, it was still an interesting conversation, I guess. I just wish the game had told me every important bit of information once and not 3 times. And I'm sorry if it seemed like I was maybe stressing that point a little bit too much. Hello? As you pass the guards, one of them clears her throat. You are the envoy, yes? The south half of town is the trench town. Just poor folk here. The blessed, the important people are north. She smiles. Hope this helps. Thanks. Sure does. But, I mean, yeah, it's not the first time this has happened. It's been a thing that throughout this game, and it's just such a strange contrast to the other Spiderweb games that I'm familiar with, where the writing has just always been solid to pretty good, actually. And here it feels so weird. Just, I don't know. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I'm dumb. We're losing 2 Quicksilver every period. But we still have 26 in reserve. Okay, so gaining more Quicksilver sources isn't even as pressing as I thought. But that's fine. We're here now. We need to pass some time anyway, so it's no problem. The guards nod respectfully when you cross the bridge into the north half of town. It's even more beautiful up close. Fragrant gardens and... I read corpses there. Copses of beautifully trimmed trees. Is it copses? Copses? I don't know. There are only a few people up here. They all have greenish skin, white hair, and a distracted air. These must be the famed blessed, the elixir drinkers of the Ariel. They don't talk to you. They only rarely seem aware that you are here. Well, fine by me, honestly. Hi, direwolf. Finest brews of the Ariel. Let me guess. The odor of the shop makes your nose burn and your eyes water. It mostly sells the strange alchemical concoctions of the Ariel. The bubbling brews are tended by an Ariel woman who is completely unaffected by the acrid air. She blinks through the haze at you. Oh, the Havenite. I expected you. I am Pula, and this is my workshop. State your business. Okay, straight to the point. Tell me about your shop, I guess. She sighs. Don't you know more about us? Potions and brews are the great art of the Ariel. That is why Haven keeps pestering us, isn't it? You like to buy our potions? I also make elixir. Tell me about elixir. It is the symbol of us blessed. Elixir gives us lovely skin, long life, and beautiful dreams. The Quicksilver preserves us, and it gives us the wisdom necessary to rule the Ariel woods. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Do you sell potions? Pah! She spits. Almost never. I deal with refined brews, elixirs, and components for magical research. I don't make brews for brutish soldiers. Okay. I would still like to trade with you for some reason. No, I will not sell my special and refined reagents to outsiders, especially those who would make us vassals. Then she reconsiders. But I have had problems getting necessary supplies for my work. I will not sell, but I'm willing to buy. Can I buy elixir? Pula is shocked. No, never. Do what you want. Stab me. Put me in the stocks. I will not sell a colonizer the source of all our wisdom and authority to rule. I mean, I could stab you if I really wanted to, and just take what elixir you might have here. But, you know, honestly, I'm neither interested in that nor buying it. So I can sell things to you. But I don't really have anything to sell, so I guess that was all. When she said that she had problems getting the materials she needed, I was obviously expecting a quest there, but I guess not. Hello? Mayantha? You're not green-skinned. A woman is walking around the small park, carefully pruning the trees. She's dirty, has numerous tools hanging from her belt, and is the only person in the north half of town without greenish skin. Exactly. You watch her for a bit. She trims branches and picks weeds. Then she says, without looking up, I'm a tender of the woods. I'm Mayantha. You are a tender of the woods? Yes, that's what you just said. Yes, not the only one. There are many of us. This town is very pretty. Yes, but our trees are more than just pretty. Our forests are the greatest treasure of the Ariel. They must always be tended to. Okay, how many tenders are there? Nobody knows. We are always wandering the forest. Many wander off into the woods to tend to a deep grove, never to return. We don't have meetings. We follow the trees. The woods are your greatest treasure? They feed us. They shelter us. They are our best defense. They repel those who would invade and control us. Sometimes they also attack those who would help us. Yes. As in our case, even though I guess in the beginning you couldn't have known, or the forest couldn't have known, that we were here to help. Okay. How does one become a tender? The trees responded to me from a young age. I became an apprentice to an older tender. I learned how to listen to them and how to speak to them. It is the most honored an Ariel can be without drinking elixir and becoming blessed. You are not blessed. No. No true blessed would do something as undignified as work in the sun and dig in dirt. They are too good for that. They also lack the knack. Why can't a blessed tend to trees? Controlling the trees requires great dedication and focus. Elixir has an effect on them. It keeps them from focusing. They can no longer hear the trees. Why are you telling me all this? That's a very good question. Most tenders don't like to talk, myself included. We prefer the company of trees. I'm talking to you because someone I respect asked me to. Don't ask who. I won't say. That's interesting. Was it Istara? Your woods are dangerous. Yes, they are our army. They split invaders apart, consume them. Haven will never control the Ariel, not without the agreement of some of the Ariel. Too many paths, too many beasts. What sort of beasts are out there? Nobody can count them all. Giant animals, magical horrors. Our woods are full of enchantment. Maybe it comes from the quicksilver in the ground. It makes for all sorts of odd beasties. How do the woods kill? The paths change. You get lost. You wander until you starve. Or you are deposited into a grove full of hungry horrors. That is why I would give you advice. Sure, I'd like your advice. There is a struggle here. You don't see it. Some want you here. That is why you have a chance of surviving our woods. They are still not safe. Don't enter an unexplored area until you are ready for a fight. Always be alert. She nods, takes a pair of shears from her belt, and walks off. Conversation ends. Yeah, well, okay. There wasn't really anything I didn't know about. What's going on here? Ariel duelist. One duelist? Facing a bunch of townspeople? Is this a problem? No. You stumble onto an interesting scene. You pause to watch. Several Ariel, none of them with green skin, wait anxiously on the south side of the stream. Many of them hold papers. They look like they are here to present petitions. A guard crosses the bridge. He shouts, "Sorry, glorious blessed Yair, the dancer is busy today. She doesn't have time. Come back tomorrow." The crowd slumps off, looking defeated. Interesting. And you are? Oh, just a guard? Why are you called a duelist? Who knows? What is this? Blacksmith? Ariel Barracks, okay. Hardly. There is one person who's actually working in the garden half of the city. This soldier sits at a proper wooden desk, surrounded by piles of supplies and unanswered letters. When you enter, he rises and bows. "I am Hartley, head of the watch in Sliven." He points at a pile of scrolls on his desk. "You are from Haven. You will solve problems for us, right?" "Sure. Maybe not the problems you're thinking of, though." "You're unusually direct." "That is what Haven does, though, yes? Come into other lands, make us reliant on you, then take what you want? Well, I'm overwhelmed and the council isn't helping. Our system is struggling. I will take all the help you can offer me." "Okay, sure. Tell me more about the Ariel system. Yeah, in fact, how does this place even keep running with the leaders being completely negligent?" Anyway. "Oh, gladly. I am blessed. I know it well. Each city has a council, a triad of blessed chosen to lead us. Sometimes decisions need to be made for all of the Ariel. Then the councils go from the High Council. Then the councils go to form the High Council at High Elhovo. That is it in a nutshell. Okay, how are the councils selected? When a councillor steps down or dies or becomes too lost in dreams, all the blessed in a city come together and argue until there is a consensus about which of them becomes the new councillor. Then they serve until they can't. Where is Sliven's council? One of them is always in the Great Hall. The other two spend time on their estates doing the things they do. None of them pays attention to what is happening, of course. They just move around while they don't pay it. They just move around while they don't pay attention. What? They just move around while they don't pay attention? I don't know what that sentence is supposed to mean, but that's fine. Surely there are disagreements about who becomes a councillor. Of course, sometimes. Consensus can be difficult to reach. That is what assassinations are for. Okay, sure. How do the councils make decisions? Each council has 3 members. They have problems presented to them. They decide how to respond. They vote if there is disagreement. Then they issue their ruling, and people like me do the work. It worked for a long time. And I'm still surprised it ever did work. How does that system work in practice now? Haven meddled in our affairs for years. Then when you left, we had fallen out of practice with using power. Our leaders had also drunk a lot of elixir. Now the councils have become detached. They don't give me enough guidance. He points at the pile of scrolls on his desk. They neglect us. Aren't you scared of criticizing them? I am blessed. I am protected in a way that the people in the trench towns aren't. Okay. This sounds very difficult. It is. That is why I asked for your help. Just let me be clear. I don't want your help so much that I would be your vassal. I will pay for aid. Okay. How are things around Sliven now? We are beset by problems, big and small. Mirelings, beasts, disputes among our people the councils won't hear. I am blessed, so I can say it. How are the Trench Towns reacting to our return? Your presence is giving them hope. The councils neglect them. They want change. They don't understand how much the blessed care about them. Some of them are foolish enough to want to be vassals again. I hope they will not succumb to that madness. Well, I'm not convinced. Why should I work for you? I will pay you. The council doesn't give me guidance, but I do have a budget. You need supplies for your miserable little colony in the center of Sacramentum, right? I can help you with that. Okay. So what would you have me do? There is a problem I don't have the resources to solve. It is in Sandalwood, so it's right that you deal with it. It's an abandoned village. Beasts have settled there. Strange creatures that cloud the minds of those nearby. I don't know where these pests came from, but I want them gone. They've been waylaying and devouring travelers on the roads. What was Sandalwood? It was a trading village on the road between us and you. They profited from the potions we sold to Haven. When you left, the village was mostly abandoned. Then monsters took it over. What are these creatures? Our scouts have seen big, weird beasts, half plant, half animal, scuttling around. When they were in view, even from a distance, the scouts felt faint and confused. Not the sort of thing you want lurking around the children, yes? How were these beasts created? Hartley shrugs. We have had centuries of blessed, many of whom were mages. Centuries of magical experiments carried out by those lost to elixir dreams. It's a wonder we don't have more such creatures about. I mean, you do have more such creatures about, so there's that. The Mind Warpers. Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, he's a jerk, and I don't really like the idea of working for him, but then again, his money should be good enough, and obviously we're going to profit and benefit more from doing that quest by, getting experience and loot and whatnot. So, sure, why not? This is a gigantic, glorious meeting hall. It is centuries old, a place where the Ariel can come together to debate, meet, and feast. And it has been almost entirely abandoned. It is dim and dusty. Cobwebs are everywhere. There has not been a proper gathering here for a long time. There is only one person here, a woman in flowing ceremonial clothes sitting behind the high table to the north. Right, I'm just going to quickly make sure that there actually is nothing else here. Indeed, that seems to be the case. Yair the dancer. A young, tall Ariel sits at the long table. She has pens and papers in front of her. Sometimes she even looks at them. When you get close, she rises and gives an elegant bow. Then she sits again. She looks at you disdainfully. I'm Yair, the dancer of the Council of Sliven. I am stuck here bothering with city business. I assume you were let into the gardens of Sliven for a reason. Who are you? Well, I am Prince Atantuo of Haven. Yes. I heard rumors your lot had returned. Come back to Sacramentum for some reason. You have some diplomatic business with me? Yes. Well, I'm but one part of the council of one city in our woods. What do you want? I'm very busy. I mean, I see no reason to be particularly nice to her. Because once again, I've already made up my mind who to support here. In this case, there's not even a question, right? These guys are just mad and getting madder all the time, obviously neglecting their duties as leaders. There's absolutely no argument to be made in their favor, as far as I can tell. And also, she's been a jerk to me personally. So, the Ariel have a treaty with Haven. You have not given us what you owe. She rolls her eyes. Blah, blah. You had treaties with us. Then the calamity happened, and you fled our continent like cowards. Now you expect to enter our halls and bluster and win our respect? Nonsense. I am not hoping to win your respect, lady. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and you will have to accept it. That's all there is to it. She waves you away. I have work to do. Go away. Return where you can talk sense. Wow, okay. Is that enough to advance that quest? Can we return to Istara now? Yair the dancer watches you with obvious disinterest. In the dim light, you can see the deep green shade of her skin. She's been drinking elixir for a long time. Yes, I'd like to learn more about the Ariel. There's nothing to learn. We mind our own business. We don't want Haven here. Leave me to my work. Oh, really? I was honestly expecting a little bit more of a conversation with her, but... And I don't think I messed anything up. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe if I had been nicer to her, she would have had more to say. But, you know, it's fine. She has a question. What is that question? I know why you're here. You want things from the Ariel. You offer things in return. Will you be like Queen Sharon and only talk to the Blessed, or will you hear offers from the people of the Trench Towns? I mean, we have talked to you before we talked to anyone, to any of the Blessed, so that should answer your question already, at least partially. I prefer to deal with the power that's already in place. Nope. I don't want to get involved at all. I mean, honestly, I really shouldn't. I almost don't want to. And definitely the situation here in the Ariel, specifically, it doesn't seem as dire as in the Vol. But maybe it's worse than it seems at first. And, well, I'm here, so I might as well get involved. I want the Ariel to be our vessel again. I will deal with anyone who can help me. Really, these are the options? Nothing about the Blessed clearly being crazy and needing to be disposed of? Oh well. I see. Make no mistake, I do not want to be anyone's vessel. However, our lives under the High Council are growing intolerable. Hear what offers I have to make, Prince of Haven. I have the trust of the Ariel. You have an army. Maybe we can do business. I have considered things. I will hear any offers you have. All right. I can't make an offer yet, but I can make an offer possible. Only beware, the Blessed of the Ariel Woods will be angered if they find that you are dealing with the Trench Towns. I decide who I talk to. Say what you have to say. If we lowly people can gain seats on the High Council, we can make things better for ourselves and for Haven. However, this Trench Town will listen to me. I have authority in Sliven, not elsewhere. I will need allies. Please travel north to the city of Mesidi. In their Trench Town, find Lonius. Tell him that you can help him gain power if the Ariel Woods become a vessel again. I think he will be interested. Okay. How can I get to Mesidi? The road leads north. The signs will point the way. However, beware the woods. The Blessed are too confused and cowardly to act against you directly, but the Ariel have always been defended by the magic of our forests. The Blessed are sure to turn this power against you. Tell me about Lonius. He is gruff, angry, infuriating usually. Worst of all, he is cautious. Yet he has real authority in the Trench Town of Mesidi. If we want seats on the High Council, Sliven's influence alone won't be enough. We will need Mesidi's help. What will the Blessed think of this mission? They will be angered by it. I would not tell them what you are doing. If they find out, then the Blessed sphere of Haven might not be enough to protect you. Right, I mean, I wasn't planning to tell anyone who doesn't need to know. Okay, well, I guess we've now advanced the Ariel plot a little bit, even though I wasn't necessarily meaning to. Okay, there's Sandalwood, Mind Warpers. I mean, the thing is... There's Brimblespire. I suppose I could go there, because I know for sure that one is going to give me Quicksilver. I don't know exactly what the reward for Sandalwood is going to be. That's not a mining town, or that's not a mine, it's just a former trading town. So there might not be any Quicksilver to actually get there. But then again, even if it doesn't give me Quicksilver, that's not so bad. I kind of want to limit myself to exploring the southern section first, without advancing too far north, until I'm ready to actually deal with the Ariel. Right now I'm just planning to spend a little bit of time here to hopefully advance the, to hopefully make the Madraka Council come to a decision. So I think next time we're actually going to take a look at Sandalwood. Those Mind Warpers do sound intriguing too. And maybe a little bit less, I don't know, annoying than more giant spiders. Well, I don't know. I guess I've not really been fighting spiders lately, but they're close enough to those annoying scorpions that I would rather deal with plant monsters for now. I mean, that obviously really doesn't matter, but I'm gonna have to make a decision one way or the other. So next time, sandalwood, probably. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.